Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons. Taken in part exchange only yesterday. Here we have a Mazda CX-3. This is the 2-litre GT Sport, presented in ceramic white. And this car is the top spec car with the full leather interior, and it is automatic. Now I'm super excited about having this car because I'm always having people ask me for automatic CX3s, and we just don't have anything to offer. Now these are incredibly good value for money, very well specced, and quite a frugal little car. Now I'll tell you a little bit about the vehicle. It was actually only serviced yesterday. We sold the car new to the first owner. They got to the end of their PCP, and then we sold it to the second owner, who had it, I think he's had it two and a half years. Now he was in for a service only yesterday. He always wanted something a little bit bigger, okay, because his family has expanded. And if you're watching this video, thank you very much for the car and your ongoing loyalty to the company. And he actually drove away in a CX-5 yesterday. So he came in for a service and he went away in a CX-5. So here we have the car. It's in very nice condition. The only thing I've got to do is refurb the alloy wheels. As I say, it was serviced yesterday. I have the service history. I printed it off and I left it on my desk. So I'm going to just, I'll pause the video towards the end of the video, go and get the service history, and I will share that with you. So it's got a full service history from the supplying dealer, TW White & Sons, here at Orpington. Okay, so there's a few grazes on the alloy wheels, as the majority of the cars, our used cars, will have. So it'll all be fully refurbished, and not by a smart repairer. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course, but I send them off to a professional refurbishment company who will dip the wheels, repair them, powder coat them, and put them back on the car. So they'll be as new, or I often think better than new. So the GT of these cars has this, you see the side skirts, the little garnishes at the front, the little garnish at the back, the little roof spoiler, okay, all these little added things that were an accessory, an optional accessory, but comes standard on this car. Now let's take a look inside the boot and work our way inside. I want to do this quite quickly because it's very, very cold. Now you've got a good sized boot. Now I won't lie, the CX3 hasn't got a big boot, yeah, but it's a good size. And should you want extra space, you can take this out. So you've got a little bit more depth. And being the GT, this car will be equipped with a BOSE speaker for added sound quality, but there is space there for a spare wheel should you require one. Okay, if you need extra room as well, you can always put the seats down and pop the parcel shelf out. Now I love this colour, ceramic white. It's I think there's more and more cars like this, and I think at the moment it's kind of in vogue, you know. I think it's very well suited to the car with all the black trimmings. Now you've got this very dark brown, almost like, I think they call it ox blood interior, which I think is very tasteful indeed. Headlining is like a beigey colour, I suppose. That's all in really good condition. The car actually smells very nice. I must find out what air freshener that is. You've got these leather door cards, two-tone. You've got the keyless entry. You've got the height adjustable passenger seat, and an electric driver's seat. So it was the GTs that came with the electric seat as standard, which I think is superb. Don't know what that is. A bit of the rag when we cleaned her. So let's make our way inside, but first I want to show you around this side. So it's all in very good condition indeed, and it's always nice to have a car that you sold, serviced, etc. Now you've got memory settings. So if there's two drivers, you can set your seats, and you've got 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 8-way adjustable seat with lumbar support. Okay. Oh, it's getting cold. Here you've got an intelligent engine start stop there. So I'm working from the top left over to the right. Lane departure warning, which will warn you if you veer out of a lane. Traction control and a tyre pressure monitoring system, which will flag up a little symbol like that without the set on your dash, just to say one of your tyre pressures has deviated, or gone down actually, 4 psi or more. Okay. Now, I do have the other key. It's on its way. As I say, our customer, I don't think they didn't come in to buy a car, so they left this with us. They're posting the spare key in, so the car will be supplied with 2 keys. Okay. To start the car, foot on the brake, and you press this button here, and she fires into life. Okay. So 29,680 is the mileage, and as I say, it's serviced yesterday. I've literally come from the top of the road here, so it's done maybe a quarter of a mile since its last service. Now you have a heated steering wheel, which I'm going to leave on, heated seats, okay, and I'm going to definitely leave my heated seat on. Now this is a part of Mazda's SKYACTIV range of vehicles. SKYACTIV basically means they've designed this car with efficiency in mind. So the way that it's constructed, the body, the gearbox, the engine, etc., has been constructed to get you good fuel consumption and to be good for the environment. Okay. Now, a lot of manufacturers, they put very small engines in cars, like 1 litre, 1.2, with turbos to get some, to get that performance. Mazda went the other way. They made the engines bigger, so this is a 2 litre, and they made it more fuel efficient. Now this is a London car, and it's been averaging 37.2, so you can imagine on longer runs it will give you a much better fuel consumption. Not that that's bad at all. Now I was talking to somebody yesterday who picked up a car. They had a Ford Focus 2017. Now nothing wrong, we sell Ford Focuses with a 1000cc EcoBoost engine. And gentleman said he wouldn't get more than about 32 to the gallon because you're always sort of working it hard, etc. And the reason he part exchanged is his car actually blew up. Well, the engine failed, and it's a common fault, and it's very common on cars with small engines that, a larger car with a small engine, there's just too much strain on them. So I think Mazda have done a very good thing here. 4 cylinders, not 3 cylinders like a lot have gone. And kept the engine capacity large, so you can, it's not large, but just so you've got better drivability and reliability. But with their trickery, they're able to actually make these really efficient. Now, you've got a 6-speed gearbox, and this is a 6-speed, but a traditional gearbox with a torque converter, so it won't roll back on hills. Okay, it doesn't lurch, and it's a seamless gear change. Now, once again, a lot of manufacturers, and Mazda were guilty of this some years ago when they did a Mazda 2 with like a semi-automatic gearbox, which would roll back on hills. It was lurchy, it wasn't seamless, and a lot of automatic drivers, they're used to a nice seamless gear change, which I totally agree with. And they didn't really get on with those cars, much like the Toyota Yaris's and many other makes and models. So this is a seamless gear change, and if you want to be sporty, you've got these paddles here to change the gears, or you could put it in sports. Okay, this multimedia commander will operate this here, but this is touchscreen when the car is stationary. Yeah, so I always encourage people to get used to using this, because you won't have to look down to operate this. It'll almost be, second nature. Oh, let's have a look what this little warning triangle is. It's warning me that road surfaces could be icy. It's 1 degree, so I'd imagine, yes, that is a hazard. I think that will come on when it's 4 degrees or less. Okay, so let's start here at the app page. So you've got the fuel economy monitor. We already sort of went through this. Now, when this goes to ready status, it's when the car is ready. It's running at its optimum, which means like the battery's charged, you haven't got the air conditioning on, engine's warmed up. when it goes to ready status, when you're in traffic and you put your foot on the brake, okay, the engine will actually cut out, yeah, and as soon as you lift the brake, it will start again, and it's a seamless operation. It becomes second nature, and it just means you'll save fuel. It's better to the environment. You know, it's an all-round good thing. Something that I would say the majority of cars are equipped with these days, you know, to be better to the environment. So if you're conscious of that, there's a plus point there. All right, and it's become completely second nature to me. I remember some years ago when cars were equipped with it, I used to get a little bit nervous when the engine used to turn off. And if that still is a problem, you can actually turn the i-stop off here. Okay. Now, if you like to optimize the use of your smartphone, you can upgrade this to have CarPlay and Android Auto, so that you'd have them there, and then you can navigate your smartphone, you know, use Google Maps, Waze, Spotify, and all those sort of driving apps that are available on smartphones. If you'd like that, please let us know, and we'll fit it. Things will look identical here. There's a little bit of software, a little bit of hardware, and that's £300 fitted, which is pretty much the cost of the parts. Okay, now you have DAB radio, FM. So this is, what are we on with this? Okay, so it's FM, but you've also got DAB. I think a lot of people are quite familiar with DAB now. It means you've got a vast selection of channels. And for you sports fans, you've got Talk Sport, and you can listen to it in digital quality. Okay. Once your phone is paired up, you can also stream all your music. Yeah. And then you can access your phone book, call lists, etc., and answer the phone or make a call safely from within your car. If you have an Android phone, it'll also notify you when you get a text message and give you the option to read it out. The navigation system, put your postcode in, and off you go. Oh, by the way, this screen isn't sort of going in and out with these sort of lines going up and down. It's just my camera. I don't think the resolution of my camera is good enough to capture it. So it'll look, oh no, it looks like it's sort of pulsating, but that isn't actually there in real life. So postcode. So you put your postcode in and off you go. All right. There is also this nice function. Oh, you can save your favourites there. Look, find places. Now, very topical, fuel prices. I find that there's a massive variation of fuel prices, so I quite often search for fuel stations. Yeah, it'll tell you the direction, the distance, and when you set up a hotspot from your phone, so your car is connected to the internet, you'll also get fuel prices. Yeah, and I've seen like 10-15p a litre difference. So I never took any notice of fuel prices until about a couple of years ago, when I noticed this huge sort of deviation in price. Okay. Now in the settings page, you've got this heads-up display here, which you can adjust. Once again, that's flashing, but it's not actually flashing. That's just my camera. So you can adjust that there, and that will actually be set to your seat setting. You can also change the brightness, brightness control, etc., etc. Display settings, so you can turn this off, have just the clock, whatever you feel fit. You've got smart city braking, so there's a camera up there. Should there be no driver input, so you're not turning, accelerating, braking. So a scenario, you're in traffic, it's stop, start, the car in front sort of rolling along. You look out the window, you get distracted, you're rolling towards that car. Once you get too close, the car will apply its brakes. Now, I think this is something that may be compulsory now, but Mazda have been doing it for quite some years now, because a lot of accidents happen in that scenario, you know, sort of bumper to bumper traffic, etc. So this will lower your insurance grouping and should reflect in your premium. Okay, lane departure warning. So if you were to veer out of a lane without indicating, it will warn you by a bleep and a rumble, just to say, are you sure you're meant to do that? You can set a speed limit warning, and you've got your parking sensor indicator. Okay, so you've got these indicators there, and you've also got the camera. Okay, which gives you no excuse to get into those tight spaces. You've got the BOSE premium sound system. Okay, see the little stickers there. Please do, you know, bring a CD down if you own such a thing, or we can play, you know, your favourite track and see how it sounds. They do sound amazing. Clock, it's GPS synced. I'm going to change this to 24-hour because that annoys me. You've got some vehicle settings, for example, door lock settings. You can turn this on and off. When you walk away from the car with the key on your person, the car will lock itself, okay? Which I think is dead handy. It's one less thing to do, and once you get used to it, yeah, you really do appreciate it. You've got like coming home lights, leaving home lights, nice convenience features. So this is quite a rare car now. I can't remember the last auto I had. Okay, it's an 18 plate as well, which is superb because they're superb value for money, especially with this lovely GT trim, because the regular sports, they have like a leatherette interior, but this is a full leather. Okay, you've got auto folding wing mirrors as well, and look at that, there's the mileage, 29,680, so superb miles. You've got automatic lights, wipers, the list goes on, and family friendly. You've got your ISOFIX anchorages in the back there. Okay, now a couple of things I want to mention. We're a Mazda dealer, so it'll come with a Mazda used approved warranty. Okay, so this won't be like a warranty you'll get from a car supermarket or an independent. It's a Mazda warranty, ZZ Plus. You can use it at any Mazda dealer throughout the UK. Okay, it comes with roadside assistance, which will also cover you in Europe. So it's a comprehensive cover, not one of these ones where, you know, they won't pick you up from home, etc, etc. It's the full cover, very comprehensive, and it will also have MOT insurance for the first year. So should your car fail its next MOT, there are certain items that are covered. We also have full dealer facilities, so we've got the we can extend warranties as well. We've got great finance facilities. These work great on a PCP. Please do inquire. And we can do video walkarounds, delivery service, etc, etc. Now, if you've dealt with TW White & Sons before, I hope you've been very pleased. If you haven't, and you want to get an idea of what sort of people you're doing business with, please do check out our reviews. We've worked really hard to get a 4.8 Google rating, which is pretty much unheard of in the motor trade. You know, we are here to please. We want you to come back and have a nice, seamless, enjoyable buying experience. Okay, now part exchange is incredibly welcome. We promote part exchange. We want your part exchange. Okay, I know there's a lot of sort of hype out there about selling your car online and getting better deals, etc. You'll get the best deal with a part exchange, but please do punch your reg number and get an idea of what your car's worth and speak to us. We want your part exchange, even if it's not a Mazda, even if it's not a Suzuki, whatever it may be. We want your part exchange. Okay, I've forgotten what I was going to say now. If you want any more photographs, videos of this car, or any information, please don't hesitate to ask. And should it be outside our regular business hours, don't let that stop you picking up the phone, leaving a voicemail. We'll call you back out of hours, or leaving an email. Okay, dropping us an email. Now, I'm going to pause the video now. I hope you've enjoyed it so far, and then I'm going to get back and I'm going to share that service history with you. See you in a sec. Oh, hello, here we are back again, and here's the service record for this vehicle. So Mazda employ a digital service record, which gives all the details of the servicing. So at 5 miles, it had its PDI, pre-delivery inspection. That's when it gets off the transporter. That was done in March 2018 at 5 miles. Now this car was registered 24th of March. So a year later, almost to the day, had its first year service at 7367. Then in 2020 at 11818. Then December 2020 at 18142. 21 at 22203. And here, only yesterday, 29679. So it's got a full, complete Mazda service history. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye-bye.